What were you doing today?
Today I'm gonna FTC as well.
Okay, all right. All right, so last week we were talking about hobbies, right? So we wanted to build our vocabulary on hobbies, right? So before we move on to reading, I want us to do a speaking exercise just to review our vocabulary that we learned last week. Okay? All right. So my first question is, what kind of hobbies are popular in your country? Remember, part one is about you, right? What kind of hobbies are popular in your country?
I think in my country we're very popular, like in listening to music.
Listening to music. Also, in my country, very popular. Remember, we said we want to try and not use the words in the question, right?
I think
Mm-hmm.
listening to music is
Common.
common in my country because it's easy to do like anywhere or anytime.
Oh.
Everyone can open their phone
Mm-hmm.
and choose the song they want to listening.
They want to listen to. Mm-hmm.
They want to listen, and when they listen,
Mm-hmm.
it can make them feel like relaxed.
Okay, all right. So listening to music. Wow, good. At least you explained, you tried to use the 5 question words. Okay. Chanya, how do you usually find out about new hobbies or activities to try? How do you usually find out about new hobbies or activities to try? How do you usually find out? Is it through the internet, your friends? How do you usually find out?
I always find in internet like TikTok when someone posts it in TikTok, I can see it and I think I want to do it. I will do it. Like
Okay, so the internet, TikTok. Okay, good. At least you specified. All right, so you then try and practice it after that. Okay, my next question, are there any hobbies you dislike? Are there any hobbies you dislike? Why?
I don't like to. I don't like to play sports like volleyball, tennis or table tennis. I don't like that because it's trial and hard.
It
tired.
Oh, it makes you tired.
Yes, it
Okay.
made me tired, and I think it not fun for me.
But it's a good exercise.
It, but if I play with my friends, I think it's more fun than I do with others.
Strangers. Oh, okay. All right, Chana. Let's move on to part 2, right? So remember, part 2, I will give you 1 minute to prepare what you will say, and you are supposed to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, so describe a hobby you would like to try in the future. So, which tense are we supposed to use here? Describe a hobby you would like to try in the future. Tense, future tense, good. You should say what the hobby is, how you would like to get started, why you are interested in it, and explain what you think the benefits of doing this hobby might be. 1 minute to prepare, so you can prepare. Remember, you just write keywords, because if you write a lot, you won't finish. Okay. All right. Over to you.
Hobbies I want to do is craft something like needle or
Is it knitting?
knitting. I will start like open YouTube to watch it video that teach me to do it, and if I watch it, I will tell my mom to buy it, and I want to do because I think it really cute and can make me more calm, and if I do it, I think my free time is more useful. Yes.
Also, if you do it, your free time will be more useful. Okay, that's good. All right. So, and explain what you think the benefits of doing this hobby might be. So, you can also maybe think of if you are able to do it, or maybe you need something, you can sell it and make money. Right?
Yes.
Don't limit yourself. All right. Part 3. Part 3. Can hobbies help people to be more creative? How? Remember, part 3 is general. It's not about you, it's general. So, can hobbies help people to be more creative? How?
In my perspective,
Good.
I think hobbies can
Yes, can help, can make one to be creative, right?
Can make people to more creative. Like when they do something new, they have to think about it, and when they think, it have more like creative. I don't know.
Okay, or skillful.
Yes.
So you can say skillful as well.
Okay, skillful.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we will keep on doing speaking exercise before our main focus of the day, right? Okay, Chanya. All right. So today we want to focus on reading. What do you know about reading? What is it that you know about the reading section of IELTS? How many passages are there in the reading part? How many reading passages?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there are 3 reading passages, right? 3 reading passages. Passage 1, passage 2, and passage 3. And you are supposed to spend 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, that is 60 minutes, 1 hour. Right? But passage 1, I think passage 1 is okay. We can say passage 1 is not that difficult. Passage 2, okay. So we can say passage 1, passage 2, they are manageable, but passage 3 is a bit difficult, right? But remember I said 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So passage 3 is a bit difficult, right? So do you think we are supposed to spend 20 minutes on passage 3 and 20 minutes on passage 1? No, right? Because it's difficult. So we will try and manage our time. So we will practice. We will try to manage our time so that we spend 15 minutes on passage 1 and 25 minutes on passage 3 and then 20 minutes on passage 2. Okay, so remember what I told you, that IELTS is all about strategies. If you know what you're supposed to do, and then you will be able to manage your time. All right? Okay, so let's go through reading strategies. So, as I said, there are 3 reading passages to be completed in 1 hour. So each one is progressively more difficult. Progressively more difficult. So try to spend 15 minutes on passage 1, 20 minutes on passage 2, and 25 minutes on passage 3. So passage 1 and passage 2, 13 questions each. And then passage 3, 14 questions, which is 40 the total. Okay? So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and 25 minutes. Right? And we are aiming band. What band are we aiming? 7, right? And we're supposed to score 30 to 32. So 30 out of 40, which means maybe we miss only 10. Okay? All right. So number one, understand the question types. So you can write reading strategies. Number 1, understand the question types. So you have to familiarize yourself with common question types, right? So there is multiple choice questions, true, false, not given questions, matching headings, sentence completion, summary note, table, flow chart completion, diagram label completion, short answer question. So we will try and practice all these types. Okay? So one, understand the question types. So remember what I said, it's all about strategies. So if it's multiple choice, what am I supposed to do? If it's true, false, not given question, what am I supposed to do? If it's matching headings, what am I supposed to do? So what's important is understanding the question types and what you are supposed to do. Good? All right. And then scheme. Number 2, scheme first, then scan. So Ty usually say scan. Scan. Okay. What's the meaning of scheme? What is it to scheme? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So you're just quickly going through the passage. You are quickly going through the passage just to get the main idea. What is it all about? So you can read the title, right? Maybe check the first and the last paragraphs just to have an idea of what the passage is all about. Okay? All right, and then scan.
Second, like find keyword or
Find keywords. So you are looking for specific information, right? You are looking for specific information, right? And then number 3, so number 2, sorry. Three, time management. Remember we said we have to try and spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes and 25 minutes. So passage 1, 15 minutes, passage 2, 20, passage 3, 25 minutes. And if you are stuck, please move on. Like maybe you are failing to find the answer to question 2, right? Move on to question 3, you will come back again. Okay? All right, number 4, use keyword matching. All right, so this is an example of reading passage 1, right? So Chanya, do you think you can read this and understand within 15 minutes? You cannot, right? So if you want to try and read this, it will take you 30 minutes, right? Okay? So what is important for IELTS is you read and understand the questions. So read and understand the questions. So use keyword matching. So which means you read and understand the keywords and then underline keywords. So after underlining your keywords, and then you come and scan. So if you find your keywords, let's say this is your keyword, scattered, right? So you read around your keywords, scattered, which means you're going to read the sentence before and the sentence after. So what we're supposed to understand, questions and the area around our keywords, not the whole passage. Don't try and read the whole passage, because even if I try and read it, it will take too much time. Maybe I won't even understand everything. So what's important is we understand the questions, we identify the keywords, and we locate the keywords in the reading passage. We read around the keywords. So we read the sentence before and then the sentence after. After that, we can find our answer. So identify and underline keywords in the question. Remember, IELTS is all about tricking you. So you might not find the exact words. What might you find in the passage? What might you find? Will you find this exact word? What will you find? Good job. Good. Synonyms, right? So you will find the synonyms. Okay? So underline the keywords and think of the possible synonyms or paraphrase. So find those. So you might find the keywords or synonyms in the passage. So be careful. Sometimes traps are set with similar but incorrect wording. Remember, it's all about tricking you, right? So you need to identify the keywords in each question or statement. So these are the most important words which express the main idea. So doing this will help you to find the part of the passage you need. So it will help you to find the area where our answer is going to come from. So after finding the area, we read around. So we try and understand the area and then we decide our answer. Okay? And then number 5, practice paraphrasing. Practice paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing?
Same meaning but different word.
So it's like you're trying to rewrite something or maybe say something, right? Using different words, or you're rewriting something using different words, but maintaining the meaning. So you might use synonyms, but we have to maintain the meaning. So for example, maybe it's about hobbies. We can use maybe pastime activities. We maintain the meaning, right? So 5, practice paraphrasing. All right, so the exam often uses paraphrased language. So strengthen your ability to recognize the same idea written differently. All right? So common types of paraphrasing in IELTS reading. Can you read number 1?
Synonyms.
So 1, synonyms, right? Text.
The
Experiment.
as a success. Question. The study
Produced positive.
positive results.
So the text is the passage. So in the reading passage, so the sentence will say the experiment was a success. But the question, the study produced positive result. So positive result means it was a success. And then number 2?
Number 2, change of word from
Forms.
The economy improved significantly.
Question?
There was a significant improvement in the economy.
So text, the economy improved significantly. But here the order of the words have been changed. So there was a significant improvement in the economy. And then number 3, active to passive voice. So scientists discovered a new planet. So here we can see the scientist. But here a new planet was discovered by scientists. Right? So paraphrasing ideas differently. Paraphrasing ideas differently. That's number 4, right? Text.
Children under 5 struggle with complex language. Young children find it difficult to understand advanced speech.
So children under 5 is the same as?
Young children.
And then struggling, find it difficult. So with complex language, understand advanced speech. And then number 5?
Using
Definitions or
explanations.
Photosynthesis. Do you know photosynthesis? Right? Okay, occurs in plant cells. So here we used the meaning of photosynthesis. So is this different? Question in the text? It's the same, right? But only the difference is here it used the definition of photosynthesis. So the process by which plants make their food, that's photosynthesis, right? Occurs inside in plant cells. So inside occurs in, then plant cells in their cells. Okay? So how to practice paraphrasing? So how do you practice paraphrasing? So you choose a sentence from a reading passage, you try and rewrite it in your own words. Remember, the main goal is maintaining or keeping the same meaning. All right? So compare it to the original. Did you change the vocabulary or structure? So we have to try and practice with IELTS materials. All right? So example exercise. So original sentence from a passage. Tourism has a negative impact on fragile ecosystem. So paraphrase versions, so these are paraphrase versions of this, right? Delicate natural environments are harmed by tourism. Travelers cause damage to sensitive habitats, so tourism. And then the presence of tourists threatens vulnerable ecosystem. So same meaning but different words, all right? Okay, so now can you practice? So paraphrasing quiz, so part 1, multiple choice, question 1. Climate change has led to rising sea levels across the globe. Which sentence is the best paraphrase from the 4? Climate change has led to rising sea levels across the globe. What?
B.
B. Rising sea levels are global results of climate change. Climate change has led to rising sea levels across the globe. Rising sea levels are a global result of climate change. Okay, is that correct? So, rising sea levels across the globe. So, climate change has led, right? So, this has led to rising sea levels across the globe. So, climate change has led. Trust yourself. Okay, B. Next. Number 2. Children often develop language skills by interacting with others. B. Children often develop language skills by interacting with others. Interaction helps children improve their ability to speak and understand language. Good job. Okay. So remember, paraphrasing maintains the meaning of the statement. Okay? All right. So number six. So don't overthink. True, false, not given. Yes, no, not given. Questions. So we will focus on true, false, not given after this. Yes, no, not given. Number 7, stay calm with unknown words. So you don't need to know every word, right? So you have to read around that word to just get the context. So guess meaning from context or ignore if it doesn't affect the answer. Okay, so generally our strategies: 1, skim the passage. So read quickly to get general content and layout. Read the questions, identify the type of question, remember your technique and tips for that question type. Find a keyword or information in the question to help you locate the answer in the passage. Scan the passage by passing your eyes over the paragraphs to find the keyword or information from the question. When you find the location, read the sentences before and after. Always read around the answer to check other information. Try to understand the few sentences around the keyword. All right? When you find the answer, move on to the next question. Don't spend too long trying to find one answer. Remember that each answer is only worth 1 point. So if time allows or permits, you'll come back. But don't be stuck. Move on. Okay?
Okay.
So these are our reading steps or reading strategies. Okay? So now let's move on to true, false, not given questions. Remember, our step number 1 is understand the question types. So now we want to understand true, false, yes, no, not given questions. What are we supposed to do? So it's all about tips and strategies. Okay? All right. So true, false, or false, not given question. So what's the meaning of true? What is the meaning of false? What do you think is the meaning of not given?
True is real.
True is real. Okay. And then false?
Is wrong.
Wrong. Okay. And then not given.
No, don't have in
The passage. All right. So it's passage, right? And question. Or we usually say statement, right? So passage, question, or statement. So true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given. I'll tell you the difference between yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, right? So passage, question, or statement. So first, remember I said we have to understand the question. So you have to read and understand the question first. And then you underline the keywords. After that, what do you do after underlining the keywords in your question or statement? What? Is it skim? Scan? So you now want to find the location of the keywords. So after that, what are you supposed to do? Let's say you have the location. What are you supposed to do?
Read around.
Good. Read around. Okay. So back to, so true. True means the passage and the question say the same thing. The passage and the question say the same thing. Even if it's paraphrased or exact word or synonyms are used, but the meaning is the same. Okay? And then false. The passage and the question or statement are contradicting, which means it's opposite. It's not the same. So the information is there in the reading passage, but it's not the same. It's contradicting. For example, maybe the passage is saying, Teacher Cindy is very old. The passage, right? Teacher Cindy is very old. And then the question says, Teacher Cindy is 40 years old. Is it true or false? I am old, but it didn't state my. Or maybe the passage is saying Teacher Cindy is 40 years old, and then the question is saying Teacher Cindy is 17 years old. Is it the same? No, right? And then not given. It's not in the passage. It's not in the passage. Okay? All right. So true, you can find this information in the passage and it agrees with the statement. False, the passage and the statement have different information. The passage shows that the statement is wrong. It contains a mistake which you know because the passage shows what it should be. So it is there in the passage, but there is a mistake. Not given, this means you cannot find all the information in the passage, or that the passage does not contain enough information to know if it is true or false. So what's important is understand the meaning of true, false, and not given. Okay? So remember this, true is the same. False, it's opposite. Not given, there is no information about that. You cannot decide whether it's true or false. Good? Okay. All right. So look at the statement. Remember what I said? We have to read and understand the statement. Read through the passage. So after reading the question, we underline the keywords and we find the location of the keywords and we read through. Remember, we're only reading the area around the keywords. Okay? So if you could find the information, then the answer is, if you could find the information, the question and the passage having the same information, then the answer is
True.
all right. So it's true if the information is in the passage and it's the same. If the information in the passage is opposite to the statement in the question,
False.
if the information cannot be found, your answer is
Not given.
good. So difference between true, false, and not given, right? So remember, I said true means the statement in your question agrees with the information in the passage, right? And then false means the statement in the question contradicts or it's opposite the information in the passage. So not given state there is no information. So the difference between, remember I said there is yes, no, not given, true, false, not given. So the way we answer is the same. So our tips or strategies for yes, no, not given, true, false, not given is the same. So the difference is true, false, not given is factual information in the passage. And then yes, no, not given, it's not about the facts, but what the writer thinks. So maybe Cindy wrote something and Chanya wrote something in the reading passage. So it's about the opinions, what the writer thinks. So yes, the statement in your question agrees with the claims of the writer. No, the statement is opposite, contradicts the claims of the writer. Not given, it is impossible to say what the writer thinks about this. All right? Okay. All right. So now that we know the meaning of true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. Let me write a question and then we practice. So, passage, the majority of people who graduated who graduated university found it difficult to get a job. Right, do I have a different color? Oh no. All right, and then the question, question. After finishing their tertiary education, all people had difficulties to find employment. Okay, so this is our example 1, right? This is our example 1. So the majority of people who graduated university found it difficult to get a job. So this is the passage, right? Part of the passage. After finishing their tertiary education, all people had difficulties to find employment. So remember, we are supposed to first understand the question. After finishing their tertiary education, all people had difficulties to find employment. And then the passage, the majority of people who graduated university found it difficult to get a job. Is it true, false, or not given?
I think it's true.
Why are you saying it's true?
If like question
After finishing their tertiary education is similar to what here? Is similar to? Graduated university.
Like
Difficulties to find employment.
Like difficult to get a job.
Difficult to get a job. And then majority? The majority of people is similar to what here? What's the meaning of majority? Majority. So let's use percentage. So majority, let's say we have majority, right? And then all. So this would be how many percent? All 100%, right? 100%. All people. So we're saying maybe all PRC students, right, who graduated, maybe M6, all. So all is 100%. And then majority is how many percent? Majority. Is it 100%? So majority is not 100%, is not all. Maybe we could say 3/4. So we could say 70 or 75%, right? Okay? All right, so you said our answer is? Why are you saying it's false?
If my question
Good job. So what you're supposed to do is analyze everything and be careful of this. All, majority, or some. It's not the same. So our answer is false because of all. Right? Okay. Example 2. Can you read example 2? And then you tell me the answer of example 2. So the charity raises money to pay for education and the daily needs of poor people. Or maybe read it out for me so that I can write it here. We analyze it. The question.
Question. The charity spends more of
The charity
spends more
spends more
of the money raised
raised
on schooling for
poor people
than on
than on
their
daily requirements. And then the passage.
The charity
Raises money
to pay for education
and
daily
the daily
needs
needs
of people.
of poor people. Okay. All right, Chana. Let's analyze it. So the charity spends more of the money raised on schooling for poor people than on their daily needs requirements. And then the passage, the charity raises money, right? Raises money to pay for education and the daily needs of poor people. Is this true, false, or not given? What is the same between the two?
Same.
So the charity. The charity.
Schooling and education.
Good. Schooling and education.
Poor people.
Daily requirements and
Daily needs.
all right. So remember this. Let me highlight this. Even if you have so many matching words, right? It doesn't mean, oh, it's matching, so the answer is true. Remember, it's all about the meaning, not matching words. Okay? All right. True, false?
I think it's false.
Why are you saying false?
Question is more of like
More of the money?
but passes and like risk to pay for education and the daily needs.
So more, is it false or it's not given? Because we don't have the comparison, right? We don't have the comparison here. So here the charity raises money to pay for education and the daily needs of poor people only. But the question is saying spends more of the money raised on schooling than on daily requirements. So it's not given. So it's not given. It's not given. So don't be confused. Don't be confused by false and not given. All right, analyze example 3. Analyze example 3. And then you tell me the answer and why. Just over 400 million acres of land is being used for agriculture in America. At present in America, about 400 million acres of land is allocated for agriculture. True, false, or not given? So allocated is like it's being used for agriculture. Allocated for agriculture is being used for agriculture is similar. Just over 400. So remember, just over is maybe, just over is just maybe plus 400. And then about 400. Plus or minus almost 400.
Oh.
So it's true. It's true, right? So just over 400 million of acres is being used for agriculture in America. So it's being used and at present. In America, about 400 million acres of land is allocated for agriculture. Okay? All right. So remember the meaning of true, false, and not given. Even if you have like so many matching words, it doesn't mean the answer is true. Analyze, understand the question. What is the meaning of the question? Be careful of quantifiers and qualifiers. All, some, majority. It's not the same. So be careful of that. And comparison. Is there a comparison? If there is a comparison in the passage, but there is no comparison in the question, be careful of that. Okay? All right. So remember this. So let's just run through. So take time reading the question. Take time reading the question. Notice keywords in the question. So remember, keywords are the words that will help you to locate the answer in the passage. Right? And there are also words that might challenge the answer. Right? So please try to understand the question. And then after that, think of the synonyms. Think about the synonym and paraphrases that could be used in the reading passage to describe the information in the statement or in the question. Okay? And then paraphrases and synonyms will help you locate the answer in the passage. Okay? So scan the passage, pay attention to the keywords and paraphrases from the question. When you find the area that the answer is located in, read around that area. So read the sentences before and the sentences after. So you can also highlight in the reading passage, right? So after reading the area where the answer is located in the passage, go back to the question and start comparing them for meaning, not matching words, meaning. Okay? All right. Do not try to match words. Right? IELTS reading is about deeper meaning. Okay? All right. So your aim is not to understand the whole passage, but to locate answers and then analyze deeper meaning of those few sentences relating to the question. Okay? Be careful of comparative questions. So the comparison needs to be the same in the question and passage. So for example, that question, so the passage also was supposed to say more, right? If the passage is saying more of the money raised was spent on schooling, and then the question is also saying more of the money raised was spent on schooling, then our answer will be true. But if it's different, then it's false. If it's not there, then it's not given. All right? Be careful of quantifiers such as all, some. Remember, all means 100%, but some and majority is not 100%.
Okay.
Good?
Good.
All right, so let's practice. So I want you to, as you are answering the questions, right, you also underline where you got your answer from. I don't want you to guess. I want you to underline. So if your answer from question 1 is from here, you underline and then you write number 1. Okay? All right, let's practice. If you have any questions, please ask. remember this. Is it easy? You can do it. Okay, let's do it together. Number one. What's the answer of number one? The Thames Tunnel was the first tunnel ever built under a river. What's the answer? Wow, good. The answer is true. Correct. And then number two, the Thames Tunnel was the eighth wonder of the world. So an eighth wonder of the world is something that is known by everyone. That, wow, it is marvelous, right? Let's say, for example, maybe we say Fuji Mountain, right? So everyone, everywhere in Zimbabwe, they know about the Fuji Mountain, or maybe there are books written about Fuji Mountain. So everyone knows. It's actually written, right? And then here, so many people were so amazed that they exaggerated. What's the meaning of exaggerated? What is the meaning of exaggerated? So it's like I'm saying, oh, Chanya is beautiful, right? So the fact is you are beautiful. And then I start saying, oh, you look like an angel. You look like you bath using milk instead of water. I am now saying more, right? I am now magnifying or saying more. So it's like this river, Thames, was beautiful. So people now said, oh, they exaggerated to call it the eighth wonder. So it's the people around, not the world. Not the world. So it was not the eighth wonder, but people around. So it's false. You didn't write number three? All right. People were drawn from all over to see the Thames Tunnel. So people came from far and wide. So we're saying far away from Chiang Mai. Maybe they came from Bangkok, some from Chiang Rai, close to Chiang Mai. So they came from different areas to come and see this Thames Tunnel. So it's true. And then number four, not given, it's correct because used more by the meekly. So here it's saying most working class. So the Thames Tunnel was used by people from all classes, right? And then most working class people used it for its functional use of crossing from one side of river to the other as they went to work each day. While for the middle classes and upper classes, it was a tourist experience. So the question is saying more by. So here it's not said who used it more or less. So it's just explaining how the working class uses it for and how the middle and upper class use it for. So it's correct, not given, right? And then people were able to travel by sea. So if we're traveling by sea, we can use ships, right? Do you know a sailing boat? Do you know a sailing boat? Sailing boat? You don't know a sailing boat? You don't know that sailing boat? Okay, let me try and show you. A sailing boat. That's the one, right? You know it? Okay, let me show you. You're not sure? Sailing home. Right? So if you are traveling using a sailing boat, you are traveling where? On the sea, right? So here it's saying people were able to travel by sea, okay? And then or land. So the passage is saying, in the edge of sail. in the edge of sail and horse-drawn coaches. Do you know horse-drawn coaches? So these are horse-drawn coaches, right? So these move on the land, right? And then we sail by the sea. So what is our answer? Yes, it's true. Did you write number 5? Number 6? The aim of the tunnel was to turn a profit as a tourist attraction. Let's try and identify the aim. The aim had been for the people each year, each person, the aim had been for the tunnel to be used by wheeled vehicles to transport cargo so that it could bring in a profit, right? And then the aim of the tunnel was to turn a profit as a tourist attraction. Is it true or false? Let's read around read around the area where our keywords. But this failed. The aim had been for the tunnel to be used by. Yes, it's false. Sorry. And then statues of the tunnel could be bought as souvenirs.
It's true.
It's true? Please read around. Read around before you decide. Statues of the tunnel. But this failed, and the tunnel eventually became nothing more than a tourist attraction, selling souvenirs and super cautious pathway connecting either side of the river walkway. So people were now selling their souvenirs by the tunnel. So let's say the tunnel is Tape, right? Let's just say Tape Gate. So people were just standing there and selling. But the question is saying, so it's not given. Yes, good. And then the tunnel is no longer used as a pedestrian walkway to cross the river. The tunnel is no longer used as a pedestrian walkway to cross the river. However, in 1865, the tunnel became part of the London Underground railway system, which continues to be its use today. The tunnel is no longer used as a pedestrian walkway to cross the river. So it's no longer used as a pedestrian walkway, but as a what? What is the last passage? The last part saying? Underground what?
Railway
system. So is it true or false? True. So the tunnel is no longer used as a pedestrian walkway, right? Because here it's saying it's used as a railway system. So what is key, what is important, Chanya, is read the question. Try and understand the question. You underline the keywords. And then you identify the location of the keywords. Because that's where our answer is going to come from. And then you read around that area. You go back again to the question or statement. You read again and then you decide your answer. Remember, it's not about matching words, but about deeper meaning. So don't say, okay, because there is eighth wonder of the world, then the answer is true. Analyze the statement, analyze the passage, and then you decide your answer. Okay? All right, let's do the next reading passage. Spam messaging. So also try and think of the synonyms of the keywords. Remember, you will not find the exact words in the reading passage. So in China, spam text messaging is a successful business. So trade is the same as business, right? Trade. Can you see trade? So analyze. In China, spam text messaging is a successful business. True, false, or not given?
True.
Yeah, so it's a roaring trade. It's true. People's phone numbers are collected through the use of technology which cannot be readily bought. Do you see our keywords?
False.
Good. Why are you saying false? What is the passage saying?
What passage say easy to buy?
And the question is saying?
Cannot be.
Good. Cannot be readily bought. Good. Let's move on to number 3. In no other country do people receive more spam text than in China. Chinese mobile users get more spam text messages than their counterparts anywhere else in the world. So counterparts were saying true. So other countries, right? Yes, good. True. Number 4. In 2013, the number of spam texts increased considerable to reach at least 300 billion. What? Trust yourself.
Not give.
Good. It's not given. So here they received slightly more than. So there is nothing about increased, right? Okay, all right. So you go and do this one, right? And this one. Yes. So try and attempt this one. This is a different type question, right? Try and attempt it. All right. So remember, IELTS reading is all about strategies. So today we were focusing on true, false, not given, yes, no, not given strategies. So you have to practice and use the strategies. Okay? All right. Please send my homework. You said tomorrow, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll be waiting for it. Okay, what are you going to have for dinner today?
I ate it already.
Oh, okay. What did you eat?
Noodles.
Spicy?
Yes.
With what, pork or chicken?
Chicken.
Okay. Is it your favorite chicken? You like chicken?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Chanya. You're welcome. I will see you on Friday. Bye-bye. You are welcome. We are done.